Repeat after me. We listen, but we don't judge. Y'all, I'm just joking. Anywho, this is me at the studio. I just want to give some behind the scenes and do a little story time with you. I almost forgot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I appreciate you. God bless. I want to say I was about 6 or 7 months pregnant. I finished up my medical certification. If you are not familiar, check out medinails.com. And I went and did my internship. It was 40 hours that you had to go work in a podiatrist's office. And by work, observe. It's more like observe and take notes and ask questions when when it was appropriate. And so I did that. And when I tell y'all, first of all, the first day that I did it, anybody who has been pregnant knows you're already carrying a load. So you're feeling it in your knees, your hips, your ankles. But honey, I had to leave because I did not have the right shoes on the first day. Then I was like, okay, I got this. Let me go invest in some better shoes so that way I can be able to walk around and, get into this whole experience. After that day, I was able to at least get through the majority of my time. I ain't gonna hold you. I still had to leave early the second day. And then I progressively got used to it because it's just a lot of walking. These doctors are seeing patients, and you're moving around from one location to the next. And it just got a lot. There was nowhere to sit. Okay. The patient sits, all right? The doctor sits while they serve the patient, but that's it. All the techs, the supporting staff, they're moving around, all right? We were on our feet, all right? So that was a good opportunity. I will say that the third day that I was there, one of the ladies who helped onboard me on my first and second day was no longer there by my third day. And I was like, whoa, oh my goodness. Like the turnover seemed to be very high, which is unfortunate because the doctors need support. But one of the things that I did like that they have a weekly, the office that I went to and did the internship had a weekly meeting where they sat around and had lunch, and then they talked through the agenda, and on the agenda was any questions, concerns, and different things of that nature that the team members had. And I thought that that was really dope because it's so important to keep a good camaraderie and a good team environment when you are working with the public and you have to serve people. Like, y'all need to be on the same page. And so, going back to the lady leaving after the third day, hey, if this is not for you, you have to make an exit. Okay. Don't stick around and make it miserable for everybody. All right. So I was appreciative of seeing the teamwork. I was appreciative of seeing the real life because a lot of people do not show the real life of things. And they be so shocked, like, dang, like, did this person just leave? Yes, people leave positions not just because you made them mad, they leave positions because it works out better for them. So that's one of the things that I learned while being a um, mentee, observer is basically an internship that I did in a podiatrist's office. And it was awesome. Now, let me tell y'all about the fact that I got screamed at by one of the doctors. So, mind you, I'm a grown person. I mean, like a whole wife, mom, all of the things. But the doctor, I guess, I don't know, like he wasn't the primary doctor in the office, but he was, on the team. And I don't know if he just preferred me not to be there, preferred me, didn't, agree to the internship, but all the other doctors did because it was about 4 or 5 doctors in that office. And he was just a little grouch, unfortunately. And so there was a patient that came in. The tech allowed me to observe, them welcoming in the patient, getting them seated, taking the before and after pictures. We're gonna talk about that soon because it's important that we do that. So yeah, so they took the before and after pictures, and then the doctor came in. the tech gave them the, you know, let's say the file on the patient, and started to ask the doctor started to ask the patient different questions. Well, the next thing I know, he's like, well, you don't need to be in here, talking, pointing to me. I was like, what you mean? I do need to be in here. Let me see what you about to do. Let me see what you about to tell this patient. And so apparently there was some open wounds and different things of that nature that he felt that I did not need to see. Now, fast forward, now present, I don't know, maybe he just freaked out because of liability. I really don't know why he freaked out. But I could say he, maybe just didn't want to overwhelm me, different things of that nature. I really try not to, when I'm outside of the situation, I ain't gonna hold you in the moment. You be feeling a little way, but I'm not going to, be pressed about, one person out of a whole experience. I spent 40 hours at this particular podiatry office, and I still to this day refer clients to them because of the detailed care that the particular doctor, the primary doctor, has with their patients. And I was able to observe that in real time while I was there, right? And so I really try to not, hold grudges and different things of that nature, because you got to see the bigger picture. At the end of the day, there will always be one person, okay? So I was grateful for the opportunity. They said yes on the first ask for me coming there. And the office manager was very nice and just, welcoming. So I'm not about to worry about it. Plus, these people have like 3 or 4 offices. Like, they could be stressed. I mean, it don't always, at face value, I have learned in life, it is not always you. Okay. It could be very much so that person. So the experience holistically was trying. Okay. I was a whole pregnant. All right. But I made it through. I got my hours, I got my signature, and I got my certificate saying that I'm a medical nail technician, medical pedicurist. So that's all that matters. Everything else, I'll live. Okay. My family has this question that we ask the kids, but did you die? Okay. No, you didn't. You good. I know that you have been watching me work on this particular client. This is a therapeutic pedicure. There's a lot of debulking of the toenails that I'm doing in this video. And so just wanted to kind of give some verbiage to this. This is not invasive, okay, at all. This is a treatment that I do to ensure that my clients don't have to walk around with thick toenails. All right. She is so appreciative because she often talks about the fact that people don't pay attention to details when she goes to the traditional nail salon or when she went previously. She was in such good spirits to get these toenails debulked. This is actually a previous video. I want to say this is some years back because my setup is totally different from this right now. But I wanted to just kind of showcase my work and give y'all this little story time. Listen, I know that there are many people who are considering getting into the industry, and or they go to traditional nail salons and or a private salon, and you're curious about the whole behind the scenes of how people do what they do right in the nail industry. And so that's what I am doing, sharing some behind the scenes. I'm going to be doing more of this. Why? Because why not? Okay. I am an instructor by trade and by, experience. I've been teaching. I've had the pleasure of teaching under a large brand. I've had the pleasure of teaching at a school. I've had the pleasure of teaching independently, and I have learned so much. And one thing that I'm in a season of, I'm not yet 40, but I'm in the season of becoming 40. And I just know that there is nothing wasted. And I want to live a life that is poured out. Everything that God has created me to create, I want to pour it out. And I am no longer going to wait for ideal circumstances. I'm no longer going to wait for a phone call from someone to invite me to be able to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to go ahead and do it and flow how I know that I was created to flow, right? When something doesn't leave you, it's most likely because you're supposed to be doing it. Okay? You're supposed to be doing it. And if you are like me, where you want the circumstances to be plush, to be smooth, to everything to be perfect, and like my name, painted and polished, you will be waiting for forever, because there is not per se ideal circumstances every single time. Sometimes there is, right? Sometimes you are able to push through and nothing goes wrong and everything looks impeccable. And then there are other times where it's not the case, and you have to learn and you have to allow yourself the opportunity to grow. Believe it or not, even just earlier today, I've had to like praise my way out of a sinking thoughts, right? Like, why am I not here? Why haven't I done this? Why haven't I completed this? Why haven't I stuck with certain things to get the result that I want to get? Listen, baby girl, you ain't gonna have that answer for every single thing. And you still have to get up, create, pour out, go get the routine together, and not be in the place where you know you're not supposed to be, right? I know for a fact that thinking thoughts that go against my pillars and my beliefs, my foundational core beliefs of who God created me to be, listen, that ain't where I want to dwell, okay? I want to dwell in the thoughts where I'm thinking peaceful thoughts. I'm thinking good things. I'm thinking things that will allow me to grow, things that will allow me to, multiply what is in my hand. That's where my focus is, all right? So even when I am having a moment or two or three, honey, I make sure by the fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh that I am shouting for joy and gratitude for what I have already been blessed with, what I have already been blessed with, what I have already have had the opportunity to explore. And then I go into, okay, what can I do next? What can I do next? What can I do to that I know? What is it that I have been avoiding that I need to do? I'm gonna start at that. And I'm gonna set my timer for 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go at it and get it done. I'm gonna get it done. And then once I get that first 15 to 20 minutes thing done, then I'm gonna go to the next thing. Okay, what else can I do? Because I have been blessed to wake up this morning, get dressed. Ain't nobody have to help me. I spent some time with my son, my youngest son. My, husband told me that one of the things that we had been wanting, things, something to work out, that worked out. Girl, you got a lot to be grateful for. What we are not about to do is stay in no funk. Okay? We can't. We have, and my Bible says that in the spirit of heaviness, we put on a garment of praise and thanksgiving as unto the Lord. Okay? Let's go. We have a lot to be grateful for. All right, so I made it through my story time. I've made it through working on this client, honey. Her feet are feeling impeccable. Okay, so we gonna end this off. Let me know in the captions, or the comments, I should say, what it is that you would like to see from me. Any questions, any you know, techniques or anything of that nature, as it to deal with pedicuring, as it to deal with even nails. I am a nail instructor, so I do know about that. If you're getting ready to take your test, congratulations. Stay focused, get to the finish line. Okay. If you have any questions about that, I'm actually in the state of Texas, so I can help you with the TDLR um, testing. But I'm cheering you on to the finish line. God bless you. Take care.